Welcome to today's video. Make sure you visit podcastformarketers.com for more information. Over there, I have a really kick-ass course on how you can make at least a few grand a month on simple reoccurring revenue, right? And that's called Freedom Funnels. And make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel, man. I'm put out videos every day, so you don't want to miss what I put up because I put out some pretty kick-ass content. And man, I always want you guys to comment below, man. I absolutely love all the comments you guys bring. Let me know what you're thinking. If you have any questions, I'm always in the comment section. I really love the community. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, so let's talk about industry news for a minute. So somebody in the squad, and I don't want to fuck your name up, dude. So yeah, that said that, industry pundits are talking about how, advertising is over. Where are you going to go? Right. First of all, that's just like crazy. So where they getting this from is like, you see that Verizon's Oath is laying off around 500 people. That's AOL, Yahoo, and it's from their media companies, right? So let's talk about BuzzFeed, which is the biggest one they're talking about. BuzzFeed missed their mark of about $800 million, right? And they're laying off about 8% of its staff, and that was huge, right? So, and then Teen Vogue. I mean, come on now, but we'll just leave that in there though. But come on now, but they end Teen Vogue's print run, right? And they plan to cut 80 jobs. Honestly, I mean, it's Teen Vogue, right? But we'll move on. And BuzzFeed to set missed revenue target. And like I said, they missed their revenue for about $800 million, right? But here's the news, right? The failing New York Times just hit a new record for subscriptions, right? They surpassed 2 million digital news subscriptions in the second quarter, reaching a record number of 3.3 million subscribers in total, doubling its digital base over 2 years, right? Now, so what does that mean for guys like me? If you are into copywriting and if you understand advertising, what does that mean? That means that if you guys remember when BuzzFeed came to Facebook and, oh man, those overhead food videos, and everybody copied them, right? We just got oversaturated. Now, BuzzFeed led on that, right? But now, don't get it twisted. Those companies are doing fine because they forged relationships with people like Spotify, with Fox News. And what they do is when you go to these other websites like even Yahoo, BuzzFeed, and other little small companies like that provide those people clickbait. They want to keep people on the site as long as possible, so they provide little snippets of news and stuff on that website for those websites, and they charge them for that stuff. And the people that are providing the like, for instance, if you have an account with Rumble and you get your video, or it's a video with Rumble. If you get your video on one of those websites, you get residuals for that. I showed in one of my videos where I made like almost $1,000 on Rumble just making a couple of videos from doing exactly that, from giving them media to post somewhere else. Now, you can do this yourself if you wanted to post media on Rumble, Amazon, and then once you started getting, if you have cats, or if you got some puppies that do cute shit, if you got some kids that play with the dogs and always doing cute stuff, you just film them doing cute stuff, and a lot of it's animal stuff, right? And animals that, people love laughing at animals on Facebook and stuff. So what they do is they distribute that content to places like Yahoo and AOL and Spotify and places like that. So they're doing fine. Where they're losing money is on the internet, right? With social media. So is advertising dead? No, it's not dead, man. It's just shifting, right? And if you see here, well, where's a place to advertise if they just got an extra 1.3 million subscribers in their print division? Where's the place to advertise right now? And everybody else knows in the New York Times. Now, here's the thing. If you're just into like Facebook, and you're not paying attention, then you're going to miss this. There's a guy that I know that's advertising in the Wall Street Journal in like the classified section. He pays somewhere in the area of $10,000 a month for an ad with like gold investment or something like that. And it's in there every month, month after month, nonstop. These are just things you don't know about or we don't know about when we're online, because all we're doing when you're online, people have tunnel vision. And there's a couple of things I'm going to segue into while I'm talking about this to give you kind of a heads up, right? So let's talk about this tunnel vision that we have, right? So when we're on the internet, you know, this is what we look at right now, you know, and it's incredible how it happens. You know, everything is just Facebook right now. Facebook advertising. And it's like, dude, I mean, and it's true. Facebook advertising was cheap and it was working really well. But that gravy train is almost left the station, right? And here's the thing. This is what your vision should be like. You can still have tunnel vision because I want you to be really focused on getting your fucking work done, right? But it should be looking at print. It should be looking at direct mail, okay? It should be looking at, you know, native ads, okay? We always talk about this, guys, and I say this all the time. You need to have a traffic portfolio. Now, if all you're doing is concentrating on Facebook here, which is basically saying social media, okay? So we can just take Facebook. I hate even talking about Facebook sometimes because people are like, you know, they've done a really good job at creating a cult for themselves. And I'm not mad about that. You know, shit, I wish I could, you know. See, look here, I'm writing it fucking again, and I didn't want to write it, right? Facebook is fucking amazing. So let's talk about social media, right? And then you forget that you even have SMS and cell phones and mobile advertising. There's all kind of ways to advertise what you have, and you should have what I call a traffic portfolio. So if net neutrality comes into play and they start tearing up your small business and directing traffic where they want to go, what are you going to do? What are a lot of people going to do? And just like BuzzFeed, right? They've got tons of money, man. I remember when I looked up how much BuzzFeed is worth. I swear I thought they were maybe worth $4 or $5 million. BuzzFeed is worth over $300 million, dude. They're fine. When I looked that up a few years ago, I was like, oh my God. The reason why BuzzFeed lost a lot of their revenue is because of copycats. Monkey see, monkey do. How many different little, my wife actually mentioned that little company called Inc., I think it's called, or Mike. She said, you know, that little video company that you see that has a logo like this, right? She said they took a big hit too. I can't remember how much money she said, but they took a big hit, lost a bunch of money. And that's because they're monkey see, monkey do's, right? And so number one is you need to stay ahead of the crowd. Stay in front. All right? Now, if there's one guy that knows how to do that, it's me. So to give you an example, if you're in my accountability group, there's not very many of you, but if you're in there, then you already know that I've already made a really huge pivot in my marketing. Huge, right? I've done a rebranding. I've changed my focus on what I'm going to be talking about. I've changed everything. And why is that? It's because now the online courses and information marketing is cool, but look at the monkey see, monkey do. Everybody wants to put out a course now, right? Everybody wants to put out a marketing course. Now, is this new? No, it's not new, but it's beginning to get saturated. And there's a few people to blame for that, right? But I'm going to give you some real big names to get you to understand why it's becoming super saturated, right? Now, Frank Kern has been at it for a long time. And, you know, he's one of the names to blame. The next one is, I'm going to tell you, though, that right now is Russell Brunson. One of the hugest names to get all of this marketing shit out here. Another one is Ryan Dice. okay, over there at Digital Marketers. All right. So now what they're doing is they're breaking off little Sonnies, right? And little what's his name? Justin Brooks and other people like that, Wilco that Cries and stuff like that. All these people are marketing now. And so now, well, we got to get a part of that market segment, don't we? And so now these are all the early adopters. These guys got the majority of the lion's share of the biggest profits that are on the internet. These guys here, they were early adopters. They got in a long time ago. They've been doing it for a while. Then you got us, and we kind of got in just as, you know, things were starting to move along. But now you got guys, and I just saw it the other day, Blake Tovez, our students, he's coming out with a course, right? And all these other little Ty Lopez guys, and everybody wants to get in on the act now, right? So now you have little mini Sonnies, little mini Ty Lopez's, little mini, everybody new now, right? And so now what is that doing to the market now? Okay, so it's saturating the market. So internet marketing for, you know, how to learn how to market or social media marketing, whatever, is getting really saturated. And you're going to start having information from everybody. And what does that do? Now, I even did that in the beginning. I drove costs down. I drove prices down. I did that on purpose, though. I wanted to give everybody information affordable. That's what I wanted to do, right? But now, and I knew how saturated everything was. I did. Man, you can go buy Ty Lopez's course. I saw a guy the other day on my channel offer somebody to buy Ty Lopez's course for $100, $150. Do you know you can go on eBay and get Ty Lopez's course for $2? Go right now and go look at it. Go Google it. You can go on eBay right now, and it should be between $2 and $3. Right? That's another thing. Piracy is killing the internet off, right? So what are you going to do, though? You need to stay in front. So I moved my company in a whole different direction where I know a lot of people aren't laying out, right? And somewhere I could go that all of these guys here, well, these guys probably can, but these guys aren't going to go. They're not going to do the work for it, right? And they might get to it later, but they're not going to get to it right now. So I decided to niche down a little bit more, raise my prices up, which, so if the number one, if you haven't purchased any of my courses and you plan on purchasing my course, you better get to it. I'm going to email my list because all my prices are going up. So what I wanted to tell you was that if you're rooted in the fundamentals of advertising and copywriting, then none of this will faze you. And you need to stop working with tactics. Facebook and social media is just a tactic. Whoa. Just a tactic, right? You need to I want you guys to be strategy guys. Oh, well, learn how to spell something. Strategy guys, right? You like that? All right, so I want you guys to be strategy guys. Now, advertising will never change, man. I read books on advertising from the early 1900s. Advertising is not going to change. Advertising is not going to stop, right? But I can tell you now that, and because my channel's not very popular, I can put this out there. And I left this in the group, and I'm going to say this first. And I might even take this video down, right? Because I don't want a whole bunch of people knowing this, and I don't want to ever get popular like that, right? So, and that'll show you something right there. I'm more comfortable working in my niches that I'm in. I'm more comfortable working in those niches, and I'm more comfortable freelancing copywriting and freelancing my marketing services, right? No, I'm not a social media marketing agency, right? No, it's not what I do. I'm a consultant, though, and I prefer to do that. I prefer to, copyright my own products, be a consultant, and get paid the big bucks and not even talk to you guys. But I like educating people, and this is my way of giving back, but I don't ever want to get super popular. All right, so if everybody's attention is here in social media and Google, right, and we know that advertising still works going directly into the home, where should your attention be right now? Right? Your attention should be offline. And you want to know why? And you're going to say, I'm crazy. Oh, Sonny, you're crazy. Okay, that's cool. So, hey, you're right. You're 100% right. Now get off the video right now, man. I'm fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and you're right. I'm fucking wrong right now. Right now, I'm giving you guys a bunch of malarkey, and you shouldn't even listen to it. Now, moving on. What you should be looking at, okay, if you really want to make some good money, and this is where I'm going, or this is where I'm at right now. I don't want to say going, I'm there already. Okay, there's some places that I haven't been yet, but I'm on my way there. But I'm already in newspapers. Okay, I'm already doing direct mailers to the house. Okay, there was one girl named I think her last name was Blake, right? And she talked about lumpy mails. I really didn't want her talking a whole bunch because lumpy mail works directly to the office, right? Express packages, they fucking work. You don't even have to cold call, right? Cold outreach with emails, they don't work as good as lumpy packages, but they fucking work, right? One of the cheaper ways to go out, like if you just want to go super cheap, is postcards. 46 cents a pop, and you want to put value on them, right? So you can put a calendar on here in the front of like local pubs that have, this is one of my tricks though, but local pubs that have discounts in their area, right? So where is the, Ruby Tuesday or whatever it's called, in whatever pubs or bars that are around their house? Where is their happy hour, the best happy hours, the deep discounted days? And leave them a calendar that all of their house, who gives away food on your birthday, all of these type of things, free stuff. In other words, you want somebody to keep it and look at it to be value and put it on their refrigerator. Okay. You want them to put it on a magnet or refrigerator. So those work well. Now, these are things that you're not thinking about. Magazines, targeted magazines. It's real funny that I watch people that want to sell supplements, that want to get into selling like fitness supplements for the muscle dudes that work out, and nobody ever looks at the muscle magazines. As a matter of fact, it's a really small niche, right? But the muscle mags, I don't know why you guys don't look directly in there and go get a full page ad, because all of this stuff that I'm telling you about, why it's cheap compared to this. And all the studies showed that people appreciate these type of advertisements a lot more than they do with the internet. And why is that? Because even though, first of all, millennials have no money, right? Not yet. They will be the buying force in about 20 years. So you see guys like Gary Vee, guys like Ty Lopez talking to 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds and 17-year-olds now because they know they'll have money in 20 years to spend with them. So they're just looking at the lifetime value of their customers. But how do you get money right now? Who has money today? Who can you sell directly to today? Well, those are guys like me, right? And guys like your grandparents and guys like your mom's, brothers and uncles and, people like that, right? People with a little bit of age, right? People between the ages of 40 and 70 years old have all the money right now. You think they're fucking around on Nintendos and Xboxes and fucking Snapchat and shit like that? No, they're not. And they're not hanging out that much time. Do you know what they do though? They read fucking magazines and newspapers and so on and so forth, right? And I'm telling the truth, but I've already done the study. I'm not telling you something I haven't studied and read on. That's where your money is, right? So is advertising dead? I'm going to tell you no. The strategy remains the same, but your tactics are changing, and it happens all the time. It's going to do a volley, right? So the internet is not dead either, right? So here we go. I like yellow tennis balls. Right? So it went from home and everything, offline to the internet. Okay, now the internet is becoming so saturated. Everybody wants to market over there, right? So now it's just coming back over here now for a while. And what's really cool is that ball doesn't look good as this ball. All right, so now what's really cool is that you know about that, and you should look into it. Now, you're going to ask yourself, Sonny, how do we do this, right? And so I ran a little survey the other day. You guys said that you were interested in advertising courses. Number one, the course isn't going to be cheap. That's number one. It's not going to be over like $500, $600, $400, not even probably 200 something bucks, but it ain't going to be cheap, right? Number two is I'm not letting everybody in. right? The reason being because I want to work with you guys directly. So if you're not serious about advertising, then just go away, right? If you're on the fence of whether you're going to work on the internet or not, and this and that and other, then go away, right? But if you already have something going on, you've already started and you're not quite finished yet, and I don't want you to be in the research phase either, then I want you to email me, right? No, I don't want you to drop a comment down below, right? So comment below. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to respond to you with my email address. And if you're in, you're in. If you're not, you're not. I'm cool with that, right? But there is a prerequisite to this. So if you're reading this right now, I want you to go get Dan Kennedy's book, right? And you have to have it. If you don't have it, then you can't even get in the course, right? The Ultimate Sales Letter, right? And that's Dan Kennedy's book, The Ultimate Sales Letter. You need that book first. If you don't have it, you haven't ordered it, then you can't get in the course. So that's a prerequisite to get in the course. And the course ain't cheap, right? So if you don't have over $100 in your pocket and you don't have the Dan Kennedy Ultimate Sales Letter, then you're not getting in. All right. So, and that's just my rules right now. I never wanted to do an advertising media buyer, like an offline media buyer's course. And I never wanted to do really to tell people about copywriting, right? So let me get down to it. Why am I so confident? So what happens with the net neutrality, right? What happens with that? They shut you down. What are you going to do? And they're getting wishy-washy about what internet sites and this and that. What everybody's going to do? They're going to go right back to sending things home, right? But here's your problem with the internet, right? The internet is cheap. Advertising on the internet started out cheap, so everybody could do it, right? When you start talking about direct marketing, right? When you start talking about sending actual physical people's pieces out, and you're sending things to people's houses, it's going to cost you money. And if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and you're not saying the right things, and you don't have a proper sales letter, in other words, if you don't understand copywriting, then you're going to lose. And that's why I have no concern whatsoever about whether or not I'm going to be able to advertise with net neutrality, or whether if, the social media advertising slows down and nobody's paying attention to it. I don't care. I'll just go somewhere else. I know how to write a sales letter, right? I know how to write a proper sales argument, right? And I can teach you how to do that. And the next thing I'll tell you is that, everybody has this AIDA, right? And I did this before to you the other day, right? So it's attention, interest, desire, and action, okay? So it's AIDA, right? And so this is what everybody is trying to do right now. That's not really a sales letter. A sales letter is an argument, okay? Sales letter offers proof, and then it backs up that proof with claims. So what a sales argument is you can make millions of dollars, and here's the proof. This person said so, and here's more proof. And yeah, then you're going to be, living with your knees in the breeze. Here's my proof, right? That's a sales argument, right? And so I can show you how to write those sales arguments, and I can show you exactly how to make people respond with emotion and buy your products right now. Now, here's the thing about working with copywriting, and this is the thing why I'm kind of shifting. I'm not kind of, I am. I've already shifted. For the last 90 days, for the last 54 days, it'll be 90 days soon. For the last 54 days, I have been managing my business for 2018, right? So the people that are in my accountability group know that. They watch me. They get to see behind the scenes of everything I'm doing. So comment below if you're inside of my accountability group, and you can say, no, he's lying. He's full of shit. He ain't been doing nothing. Comment below. Jackie, I'm calling you out. I know he watches these videos. Blake Toves, you're in my group. Comment below. Tell him I'm full of shit and I'm not doing nothing with my business for 2018. So anyways, I did a total shift in my business. And the reason why I can do that is because I understand what copywriting is. So do you have to write blogs every day? No. Do you have to write, do videos every day? Nope. No videos every day. You don't have to do shit every day. All you have to do is buy an ad, send people to it, and they buy shit. I'm talking about a one-step funnel. If you're interested in that, that's cool. Give me a holler. But you have those two prerequisites. You have to have the Dan Kennedy's ultimate, the ultimate sales letter, right? And you have to have more than $100 in your pocket. And that's just how it is. I'm only going to take 20 people. You know, I forgot a lot of times about, just kind of letting people in, but I'm telling you now, I'm not going to forget this. Right? A lot of time, man, one time I did an Amazon course and I just left it open. I didn't even care. Tons of people got it for free, right? But this is not the case. I don't care. If you get in, that's cool. If you don't, there's no sweat off my nose about it. If you want to learn advertising and you want to do it the right way, you're who I'm interested in talking to. If you don't have a business, I'm not interested in talking to you. If you already have a business going, you're already freelancing, you're already doing things, and what will it work for? You're going to ask me that. What will it work for? It'll work for everything. If you have info products, yes, it'll work. If you have supplements are A+ working, okay? If you have, if you're freelancing services, yes, it'll work. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you sell books, it'll work. If you sell, I don't know, karate chops or something, whatever. Yes, it'll work for whatever business you're going to do. Direct marketing works for every business. And sending shit to people's houses works super, super good. But there's steps that you have to take nowadays. The tactics have changed, right? So back in the day, Gary Halbert and them would just send a letter, and hey, I want you to buy my shit. That worked. Well, nowadays, if you want to bump up your pull rate, they do a few things differently. There's procedures you can take. The sales letter is the same, but there's a few things that I'm going to show you to do differently to bump up your pull rate by 20 or 30%, right? So if you are selling a newsletter, which is what I'm doing, direct mail, you are selling a newsletter for your company or whatever for informational products. If you're selling coaching services, consulting services, no matter what you're doing, this is going to work for you. And you can cut out all the blog writing and run around the internet and talking to people in groups and all of that shit. So is advertising dead? No. Coffee break.